Hello and welcome back to a GPC playoff interview, this time with the guy who didn't have a secured place at the start of week 11, but now does, from Division B, Lars Elsazor of the Borussia Donphan. Introduce yourself, Lars.
Hola guys and girls, Elsiso here. You probably know me from GPC Season 1, probably not though, you probably know it from GBA, but yeah, was already part of GPC. Happy to be back and finally be able to, be part of the playoffs in another time here.
Yeah, you're one of the only two people who have been in playoffs before. You and Merck are the only two who have been playoffs before and now are back for another run.
Ah, nice. So the new guys are pretty much turning it up this season. A lot of new faces this season. Had some troubles against them. I hope I can shake that off for the playoff now.
Yeah, I mean, a new guy won last season because Rob, of course, was new to the league and then came in, won. You were technically new, but that was season 1, so it doesn't really count. Everyone was new then. As I said, you weren't guaranteed. You're the only team in Division B who wasn't guaranteed a spot going into week 11. And week 11, you played Trev, who you were fighting against for the playoff spot. If Trev won, he got the spot. If you won, you got the spot. So what was your thought process going into the game versus Trev?
I mean, it was pretty easy, either win or lose. These are the two scenarios. Of course, I planned for the win. It had no special. Of course, that pressure was higher, but I usually don't get affected by it. So it was the preparation was like for every other game. It was I spent weeks on that team because I knew there was so much relying on that. I usually put already all the effort I can and want into the teams. Usually that is enough. Of course, in this season, in 5 games, it wasn't. But thank God, in the end, it was actually enough to get into playoffs.
Yeah. And so far, would you say your success this season's been mainly down to your draft or mainly down to your prep, mainly down to your playing? What would you say?
Out of the 3 things, I like my draft a lot, but that was basically in every season I played in any league. There was never a league where I said, "Oh damn, this draft sucks. I won't do well in this league." So, and apart from battling and preparing, I think that depends on the game. Like in some games, I was just on the edge and battling and just made every prediction possible. Got them all right and basically won like that. In other games, it was just the preparation, so I didn't have to make any plays at all because my preparation just went so well. Usually, it's if your preparation is good, you have to make plays to win the game. Other way around. If your preparation is good, you don't have to make any plays, and if it's bad, you have to make plays to get into the game, or it doesn't have to be bad, especially basically if your opponent prep better, you have to make the plays. If you prep better, the opponent has to make the plays. So it's a mixture depending on the game.
And what's been, looking at your draft, what's been your favourite Pokemon to use?
The favorite Pokemon to use in my draft? Oh, that's kind of difficult one. I gotta say the MVP through all the games so far is Slowking. I gotta say, it was on every team, and always it was a big part of the team. Mostly defensive, usually not offensive, of course, because it's Slowking, but the most fun, Slowking is, of course, a very fun one to use, of course, but the most fun, I gotta say, had with Halucha. I only brought it in 4 games, but every game I brought it, it had a potentially deciding role in the game, and it was fun to use. Many people said it would suck in league format. I want to try it myself, and it's not the best, but it's definitely good enough to be used in league matches.
Yeah, I had Slowking last season, and it was great fun to use, so I can see where you're coming from there. I think I might already know the answer to this, but what's been your biggest disappointment on your team?
My biggest disappointment on the team, I gotta say, I don't know if you really know the answer. I'm pretty much happy. I think the biggest disappointment was Venusaur.
I used it actually, but
okay, good call then. I used it in 4 games. I thought it would be more usable as not only an offensive mon with the Sun. Of course, I can't really rely on Sun because with Mega Charizard, it's not as bulky as Tita, and I can't give an item to make the Sun last longer and stuff like that. But I thought I hoped I could Venusaur use it more as a defensive mon as well, in addition to being so offensive. But sadly, it couldn't perform that well in the season as a defensive mon because it was the typing water and poison of make it neutral to ground, which did not help my team a lot. And so I gotta say Venusaur was the biggest disappointment. Next time if I draft a grass type, I'd rather stay with one of the pure grass types or better grass types like Roserade, Shaman, Tangrowth, stuff like that.
For some reason, I thought you were going to say Excadrill, because I think I remembered it possibly doing worse than it actually has.
I mean, yeah, it has a -1 differential going 6 and 7, but still it did a very good job on the team. That getting damage on teams, just not getting the kills.
yeah. I mean, yeah. For some reason, I thought I had a worse record than that. I don't know why I thought that. So, out of all of your games this season, what's been your favourite game to play?
My favorite game to play, I gotta say it was probably week 3 versus Johnny and the Cologne Conqueros, because that was one of the games where just my preparation went in perfectly. I prefer these games way more than where I have to like the high pressure games where I have to make the plays and there's a mon sitting in front of me and I was, oh damn, how do I deal with that? I have to make something. I'd rather have these smooth games where just you plan so well, you just click the buttons and turn for turn you get closer to win until you have your sweep or whatever plan going into motion and to win the game. So I gotta say that was probably week 3 where that applied the most. And for game-wise, where I made the most plays and stuff like that, I don't quite remember which game would that be. But I think the most recent in week 11, that was fun as well.
Yeah.
But that's of course not uploaded yet because I had some troubles with internet. That's still coming. Or probably if this is uploaded, the game's already up probably.
Yeah. Slightly disappointed you didn't say week 4 against me, but you know.
I mean, that was of course fun as well. Like every game I won is fun. Like I will never call a loss a fun game. There was a very close one, like the one versus Joris in week 5. They won a close 1-0, and that was a game. There was in the end, both of us could have won. It was a very close game till the end. But sadly, Megaladi is just too bulky and can lift crunches from Tita.
That kind of leads into my next question, which is what's been your least favourite game this season?
My least favorite game, probably in week 7 versus the Detroit Brother Freeze. That was probably my least favorite game. That was it that one? I have to wait. I have to look at I can't look at replays right here. It was week 7 or week 8. Like both of these losses, they kind of mixed into my brain into one big disappointing game. I was doing very well the first half of the season, like going 5-2 or 4-2, never mind. And then in the second half of the season, I started to drop back, and I had my struggles getting this playoff spot I'm having right now, and that basically was mainly part of week 7 and 8, where I don't know what it was. Maybe the opponent was just too good and had were at the top of their game versus me, but probably it was because of me. I was a bit slacking, too much relying on my success I had in the half of the season before. And these are not nice games to commentate and rewatch.
Yeah. And assuming you make finals and you can pick anyone who's already made playoffs to go up against in the finals, who would you most want to face?
One moment. Let me look at all the 8 people making playoffs right now. So out of these, there are only 4 which are possible. Does it matter, or can I pick any of the 8?
Just pick anyone.
Any one of the 8. Okay, I would love to battle Shadi and defeat him in the finals. Shadi is we had already some matches against each other. So far he is ahead versus me. We think it's 2-1 and overall league matches we had versus each other. But Shadi is just a guy you love to defeat. That's just like, if you know Shadi, do you like defeating him?
I've tried and failed.
But defeating Shadi is just such a thing into it? Like, it's not then defeating any opponent. It's not because Shadi is the best player around. He's very good, gotta say that. But it's just because he has that attitude. You just want to crush him.
Yeah.
Crush his soul.
Yeah.
Put him onto your foot and stomp on him in a match.
Yeah. And who would you prefer to avoid facing ever?
Avoid facing ever. Okay. Let me look at all the 8 again. I just closed it. Let's see. Out of these guys, I only played, of course, the guys out of my division and Shadi and Will. No, I never played Will before. I always helped in team building, or not always, but a few times. So I think out of those, the least favorite opponent would probably be, I gotta say it's probably Merc. Because the other ones out of my divisions, I lost to a few of them, or most of them basically. But I already faced them. I know I can see how they play or feel how they play. I know what they did to win versus me, so I think I have a better feeling if I face them again. But Merck, I never played Merck in League before. I watched a few of his matches, and I know that he's a very good opponent. I saw his final and stuff like that. But yeah, he's a difficult opponent to play against. Like Shadi, Merck and Shadi, there's no big skill difference in my opinion. I'm sorry if I offend any one of the two, or I'm not sorry because I'm always in for bashing some people. But Shadi is just so fun defeating. But Merck, I don't know. He's I would have more fun defeating Shadi than defeating Merck.
Yeah, I think you're the first person who hasn't said Horace.
Sure. Oh yeah. That was still like I said, we had a very close 1-0 game, and his team is definitely one of the most disgusting in the whole draft. But person-wise, I gotta say it's Merck. Like drafting-wise, I gotta agree with most of them. That Joris has the Megaladi, which is a pain itself.
Megaladi has a bunch of lands OI.
Yeah. So yeah, he has the most difficult draft to play with. But person-wise, I would say like personality-wise, I think Merck is the more difficult opponent for me because most draws are played already. Like I said, it was a very close game. So maybe next time I can turn it around to a 1-0 in my favor.
Great. And that's all the questions I have. Do you have any final statements?
Basically, I made it slim into the playoffs, but don't underestimate me. I already won a title in the GPC. I know how it works, and I'm going to work on reproducing that.
Cool. So thanks for joining me on this... for this interview.
Thanks for having me here.
Yeah, it's been great.